Bonjour, Fanny.
Hello, Victoria. How are you?
Good, and you?
Super good.
On the topic which we absolutely adore and love, we're talking about a muse who is on our mood board all the time. Can you guess who?
Oh no, by just watching me, no. It's the one and only. You say it better than me.
Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy.
Yeah.
CBK.
CBK.
Yeah. I know that she has been an inspiration for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. I cannot say that it's true for all my fashion life, because it's not true, and I'm a bit young to know her a little bit.
A little bit.
But some people were talking about her a lot when we were talking about fashion, and once, somebody told me that I looked a little bit like her. I was like, oh, okay, let's see, who is she? And I just looked, and she was like a huge inspiration since this day. And the reason why she became a real inspiration is definitely because, to me, is the definition of chic.
You feel that she becomes more and more of an inspiration
Exactly.
in your daily life.
Exactly.
In your outfits. But we're talking about a New Yorker today. So she is a New Yorker. And what's interesting for me is we're in Paris, and she is an inspiration for us, and she is an inspiration for you.
I know there's a real difference between typical New Yorker and the typical Parisian, but they're not as far as we think. Okay. I think they have common ground that are maybe elegance, definitely, not doing too much and just being enough with not so many jewelries, not too much makeup, good shapes, efficient, materials. So these are the common ground between New Yorker and Parisian. And I feel like when you talk about CBK, we call her CBK now. When we talk about CBK, you have all the common ground together. She could definitely be a Parisian. Maybe it's not good to say that, but she could be. I don't know, maybe not at every period of times, but nowadays, I feel like this style, quiet, luxury, or simple colors, good shapes. When we try to buy less but better, I feel like she is the definition of what we want to be right now. Well, what I want to be. And you maybe. I don't know.
Well, she's definitely an inspiration for me as well. I mean, personally, and for us as a team, I've mentioned that. And yeah, it's true that it's 90s in New York and it's now in Paris. And I think what unites everything is the fact that it's timeless. Maybe that's the thing.
Definitely.
Right? So it's timeless, and therefore it transcends the decades.
You're right.
The first look is her signature.
Definitely. And I felt I need to get into the character. And this first look was the best way, because I felt like it was so signature and the look was perfect. When I added the headband, the sunglasses, it was like the cherry on the cake, and we could go out and just have fun in the street by being this incredible woman.
And I think she didn't think that much about her looks. I mean, she was not sitting and researching and studying that, But for us, it was interesting to see that she did have her signatures with the headband, with a specific shape of her sunglasses. She loved using the faux fur or shearlings on her jackets or on her coats. Mm-hmm. And it was a specific way, the way she was using them. And the coat, it was specifically that length and more comfortable shoes. And then a very elegant bag. So we've been using modern alternatives, but again, which felt so timeless. And when you put that on, you had plenty of compliments, right? Actually, you had a lady who stopped you and said,
Oh, yeah.
this is so chic.
I know.
You
She
know?
was so
And this
nice.
is the best compliment from a Parisian to a Parisian, because normally Parisians
I
don't
know.
give
And you know what? She
compliments.
spoke English to me at first.
Oh, so she
I
thought
was
you
the-
were a New Yorker.
And when I replied to
Okay,
her in
okay,
French, she was, "You're French?" It was crazy for her. Bah ouais, je suis parisienne. Ah bon? And she was so nice.
That was
Ouais.
great. Okay, so that was like the first look, and
Yeah, the first look to me is the perfection.
And I think one thing that we didn't say, and I have to mention that because we are in Paris, I think that for a Parisian, quiet luxury, which is maybe some will call a trend today, but for a Parisian, timeless and quiet luxury was always there. I feel like there's a culture of a mother talking about fashion and style, or what's chic or what's elegant, and there's some lessons which you just carry over from generation to generation. So maybe that's why you're saying she could have been Parisian.
Definitely. If I explain a little bit, my mother, and I know the mother of my friends, the French mother, Parisian mothers, used to tell us when we were looking for our style younger, 100 rings, earrings, sunglasses, lipstick, plus necklace, plus, I don't know, pop of colors, way too colorful. Maybe my mother or anyone else could say, oh, it's a bit vulgar, it's a bit ordinary.
Yeah.
And we try to escape.
Avoid.
We try to avoid the vulgar. And so you just keep the essential.
Yeah.
And there you find the chic and you find the
elegance.
The elegance.
And
yeah.
the timeless.
Exactly.
The second look,
Yeah.
for us, it's a bit more casual with her cropped jeans or trousers. Generally, her clothes was a bit more fitted. We gave you quand même a little heel.
Flat enough.
The cardigan. But
easy.
another signature, the scarf on the
So
head.
nice.
Yeah. Something that she did a lot.
The entire look worked so well. The headband, the shape of the cardigan was so nice. The shoulders were positioned at a good place, and the jeans short but not too short, and the little flat were super nice. So I felt casual doesn't mean slouchy.
Well, the thing is, I wanted to make a little point. How do you recognize a Parisian? Did you notice how many times she made a point about how well fitted the cardigans, how well fitted the coat was, right?
Being a Parisian, I feel like whatever your body shape is, if you wear something that is well cutted and that fits you, it elevates you and it makes you feel more confident. There's main points for me that are completely related to her way of life. I have to say that putting on some black, beige, white, little pop of colors sometimes, but simple colors that really goes well with one another is also a way to gain some time in the morning, not asking me what I can wear, what shape, what... I know I have almost my uniform that works so well, and which is different every day, but I have my pieces that works, so I don't lose all my time in the morning finding the perfect look. I have this wardrobe that works. A question of seriousness, because you have an appointment on your day and you want to be elegant and presentable every day in every situation.
That's important, yeah.
So those are the two main points, but the third could be the comfort. We talked about it earlier, but the comfort when you work all day for yourself and with people and you move things. I work in design, so I need to be a little bit manual too. I need to mix the fact that I'm really elegant and also desire to be
comfortable to do your job.
So 3 points.
3 points. Well, let's talk about one of your favorite looks of the day.
Probably my favorite look of the day.
Probably her favorite look of the day.
Again, it made me feel so confident. The look with the fur, with the white and brown fur, with the white silk skirt
and the white top.
Yeah,
the crepe
and
skirt
the boots,
and white
even
top.
the boots are super important actually, by feeling good in those clothes. I could feel the efficiency of the look and the noise of the heels on the trottoir, on the
pavement.
On the pavement, and the shape of the skirt that was floating. All the materials worked so well.
Yeah.
And super basic t-shirt.
Well, that's another thing. There were a few signatures there, and you've mentioned all of them. So there were definitely her boots. Like, she loved wearing boots.
Yeah.
She loved silk. So, but we've reinterpreted that a bit vis-a-vis the skirt, but in the shape or in the length that she really liked.
Yeah.
And you've noticed it correctly. What makes it more casual and wearable during the day, I feel like it's the very basic t-shirt, that she had. And then we don't normally see her wearing that type of coat. It's more leopard that she wears, but we were like, okay, we love how it fits together.
Yeah.
And the last signature there is that she loved matching cream and white. And this is not necessarily obvious. So this is a little tip for you, Parisian.
Thank you,
it's the
Viktoria.
cream and the whites that
so
she
nice.
absolutely loved. And you see
nice.
that a lot.
The t-shirt, as you mentioned, it's so intelligent because you can almost feel like she wore this t-shirt, I don't know, not out of bed, but almost, and just put the beautiful coat that elevates the style directly, and you just... And when you take up the coat, it's more basic and it's okay. You have lunch and then you go back to work and you put your armure presque.
But I think that's why you said it's a very efficient look. And the way she would combine, it was never too much. It was never matchy-matchy. So she would love to put brown and black. And there's not necessarily everyone who would want to do that. But I can really feel the working girl in that, meaning that you still don't want to be over the top at the workplace, but you want to be stylish and chic. That confidence of like, okay, that's my style and I need to work and I will be at work and, I'll have that more basic tee, but the silk is nice and elegant. I feel that she was a working girl. Let's not forget about that. I think you felt it today when we were trying on the looks that we've prepared. Yeah. You can probably relate to that because when you have a core and a passion, an obsession, a career that you are building, it reflects back into your attitude, and then your wardrobe becomes also different. Today, when you are trying the looks, you really appreciate it because the feeling is that there's never enough. We keep looking into the style of Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy, and each time it feels that we're discovering something new.
You're right.
She was working in fashion, so she was surrounded, I think, by a lot of stylish and talented people. We are in Paris, surrounded by beauty as well. But I think it's beauty, it's also limitless, It's just, never ending.
Never ending, and that's what's fun about it.
Yes, exactly.
If we couldn't have fun, if we found our perfect style 10 years ago.
Because some people say that classic or timeless is boring, and we just said the reverse.
I know, definitely. It's not.
Uniform is not boring.
No,
because uniform is never the same.
Exactly.
So the last look is the black top with the silk trousers and white-black color combination.
I felt like the last look was maybe the most spectacular because it was super graphic and it was actually a line with the trousers that draped so well on the shoes. So yeah, really it was a graphic, a line, almost geometric style. However, it was all made of silk. I think the top was silk also.
Viscose at the
viscose.
top and silk. But viscose can feel like silk. Yeah.
We are talking about materials that are a bit moving and not as straight as the geometrical part of the look. So I felt like those two aspects of the look were super interesting. You have a line, almost a little bit strict, but the material does all the
seduction.
Exactly. And and sensuality. And so, it was perfection, not vulgaire at all. We were talking about vulgaire. You don't have décolleté, but it's not, because it's not vulgaire, that it's not sexy. It's super elegant and it's the sexy for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's another signature of hers. She absolutely loves loads of buttons. Here we don't have the buttons, but we have the straight line. And then it's important to notice the length of the top or the jacket that she was putting on. Actually, it's something that I've tried myself recently and discovered, when the top is slightly elongated and you have this fitted top or jacket, but it's slightly elongated. It just elongates the whole of your line. I'm not the tallest. You're taller than me.
Oh, no, I totally agree with you.
So it's like a musical instrument all of a sudden, but there was nothing complicated. It was just really nice materials. And this, as you said, I totally agree. It's like graphic, elongated line. And it just felt so chic, but minimal.
Yeah, definition of minimalism, but you're right, so chic.
It's best.
Just a little bit of red on the lips,
yes,
enough. No jewelry, if you add a jewelry on this, it's like grandmother.
Too much.
She doesn't put any jewelry, and it's so not ringard. So beautiful.
So the summary for you of today.
The summary really it could fit in two words: simplicity, elegance. But if I want to add a little sentence, because I'm very talkative, I could say, if you think, would it be too much? It is.
It is too much.
So remove. Oh, should I wear these earrings? Because it's nice, but if there's a but, it's not for you. And you will be CBK in 1 second. And call Victoria.
Not so sure.
Call Victoria. Call Victoria's team and Victoria to prepare the perfect looks.
Yeah.
So really, 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 really big inspiration for me. Really.
Of today.
Why? Really.
Well,
I didn't think that much.
Yeah. But.
No, not but. I don't know.
You were impressed a bit today.
But why? Really?
Influenced.
I'll continue to put a little crop top sometimes, but that's it.
Baby top. Okay, no problem. Well, until next time, right?
Yeah. So happy about our little rendezvous. See you very soon then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ciao.